I'm Helena from Dream Weaver Jewellery. A couple of days ago I uploaded a video on how to make a basic frame with a woven bail for this lovely little Sodalite cabochon I've got here. And today I'm going to show you how to actually set that stone. So the first thing we do is turn the frame over. We're going to be making some little bends on either side to bring them in together to make a little cradle. So I like to use a slightly wider plier for this. These are just a cheap pair. But one thing I meant to mention is we just have to kind of place our stone on there and see where the widest parts are on the left there and on the right. This is where we're going to actually hold the frame to stop the wire flailing about and becoming really bent in the wrong direction. So we just need to grip that bottom wire with our pliers and create a little bend inwards. That's going to be enough for the stone to sit on, and we're going to do that on both sides. Now, depending on how you like to do it, I usually turn it over to do this. I find that easier, but you just need to find your own way, and obviously we're bending in the opposite direction. So there we have our cradle. Now we're going to flip back to the front and have a little look. Might just want to straighten those frame wires out, because you don't really want to see the back frame wires once the stone's in. You want that gap above it just to be a nice open space. I'm just adjusting there because my little weave had come out of place. So let's pop the stone in. It should go in with quite a nice snap if it's tight enough. And then we're just going to start manipulating the wires. You need to give them all a good squeeze so they run really nicely along the side of that frame. You notice here I also often pull up on the bail and down on the stone, and that just makes it a little bit more secure. So now we just need to look at the stone from the side. This one's quite shallow, so that middle wire runs along the middle of it quite nicely. And we just need to start pulling up that top wire very gently. Now I put a tiny bit too much pressure on here and it actually bent in the wrong place, but never mind. So we can always straighten that back out really gently with a little squeeze. Now if your stone's quite thick, you'll need to make another bend, just like we did before, but sort of upwards and inwards this time. And then we'll do it on the other side. Sorry, I just went off camera, but I basically did the same thing. So we're just going to lift that wire just so enough so we can get the pliers in, and whichever way feels comfortable, supporting the wire with our thumb, and we're just going to bend in slightly. Again, we need to just keep squeezing. I tend to squeeze at the top, at the shoulder of the stone where it's wider, and just keep pushing them so they sit really flat against the side of the stone. So here I'm just straightening out my frame wires a little more because they've got a little bit twisted. I'm also just going to give another pull down on the stone and up on the bail and give it another squeeze or two just to make sure it's really nice and neat. We need to give it a damn good shake now, make sure it feels absolutely solid. This one does, so I'm quite happy with that. If you felt it wasn't secure enough, again you can bring in those side little bends a bit more. You can also increase the depth of the ones at the back on the cradle wire. But I don't like to see the wires too much on the front of the stone, because I like the stone to be the main event, so I tend to pull those back over towards the shoulders again, just so those little bends are keeping the stone in place. I decided I preferred a more shallow bend here, so I've just flattened it out a little bit with my pliers. This is why I like the slightly wider pliers for this, because they don't mark the wire quite so much. And there we go, that should be nice and secure now, so you can start thinking about all the adornment wires at the top and what you're going to be doing with these parts. You're going to be doing curls and swirls and pretty things. Here's an example I made a couple of days ago with a woven bail. There will be a full tutorial on this, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I'd be really grateful, and I'll be making a lot more free tutorials in the coming months. You can also purchase written PDF tutorials from me that you can follow along at your own pace. These have loads of pictures and explanations to help you learn some new techniques, and each one is aimed at learning a new skill. I'd also really love for you to join my Facebook group. It's called Wire Weaving for Beginners, and you can share your work and see all of everybody's latest creations. And finally, if you'd like to support my channel further, you might also consider hitting the Buy Me a Coffee link below. Here you can make a small donation so I can continue spending time making new free tutorials for you. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. Bye for now.